Hey everybody, it's your girl. Ask Big Mama, my channel. Um Mama Session 74. Hold on guys. As you can see the title today, and it's gonna be a session, and I'm pulling that energy from Anne Frank. I'm very intrigued with her story. And I've always been. So what I'm gonna always do, I'm going to pull different people that I like to know more about. Okay, so I give her an opportunity to be able to tap in with my energy. Okay, I never know what's gonna come through, but I'm gonna go with it. Her story has to have a life to it again, really. Um, Once a lot of people get their hands on it and stuff like that, they got to make it like a movie and all that type of stuff. But it goes deeper than that, okay? So we're going to pull for her energy and I'm allow her to come through and let's see what's going to happen, all right? All right, Spirit, I come to you right now and I want to make sure to be able to open and see if Anne Freight will come through. Let's see what she's saying and let's try to see where she is as far as the universal plan. So I want to open up. It's already open. I already did my work and everything's like that. And we're just going to pull through and see what she's talking about. Okay? All right, let's pull. Okay, Anne, come on in here, honey. I'm going to give you an opportunity to come in and see what's going on. We would like to talk with you just a little bit and see what's really going through and what was your mind and the way you were living at that time. And take your time, because I know your energy is very gentle, so old. It's an old energy. So we're going to give you the opportunity to be able to allow us to ask some questions. So, Anne, when you were going through the time that you were going through, did you ever see those times at that time? And do you feel that we're sitting on that same time today? She's letting me know that it's here again. No different than what she went through when she was a young girl. She's letting me know that she was going on her really, very day, doing what little girls did. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to live a life, just going to the next level, and then the next minute, everything was gone. And she's letting me know this is what we're on right now. It's no different. Well, Ange, were you scared? She said she was absolutely scared because she did not understand what was really going on. She's showing me that her dad was the type of man, he was a protector, love and light. And he wanted to protect his family. Very humble, she said. He was a very loving, humming man. And he never thought that it would be a time like this. You know what I'm saying? But she's showing me, he showed you guys that things like this can happen when you have people that's in power that don't get it, okay? So, Anne, let's take me back. Take me back to at that moment when everything just literally stopped and life of which you known it. Tell me how you felt at that moment, because you understand you guys had to hide for a long time. So it just come back to me, let me know. She said she had, it was, life was a picture. She said her life was perfect, perfect. You know what I'm saying? She said her mom and her dad made sure that her and her sister was okay. She said that he was a very hardworking man. He has his own little businesses. One, just one. He did a lot of different things, she said. She said, but one of the things that was the hardest one for him, the one that he got the most money was the spices. She at that time, the costs for all type of spices, allspice and curries and sages and different things like that, pepper, all those different things that one would need for your food. So it was a very lucrative job. Okay, so that's what she made. That's what she showed me. That's where the money came from. And she showed me he did a lot of time at that building. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So she said she didn't have the worries of other people. Now she said when she was in school, something happened in the school, and she over somebody talking something before the situation came to her. And I guess it was a teacher and another woman and a man, and they were talking about it. And she said she just happened to be going through the hallway as she heard it. And when she worked past them, they didn't say nothing else. So she said she didn't even think anything of it or anything. I was a young girl. She said I was a young girl. I wasn't even not even 12 years old around that time. She said, so I'm too busy want to have fun and do makeup and different things like that. So she said she never knew that her whole family was going to be wiped out. Okay. So leading on and to the day your dad came to you and your mother, what were you doing at that moment? She said she was at school. She was at school. See, she said she didn't know her dad was already doing things, getting things together. She said y'all only see a little bit from the movies and different things like that. But this was years in the making before that day came up. Okay? So it was already, her dad already had everything um, aligned. So that's why when they came into the building, they had everything. So he was already, she showed me he was already stored up, okay, for that day. And she said what was so sad, what was crazy, because her mom just didn't feel that that was a safe place. It was it was just sitting there, and they felt like they was like a just sit in the mix of bull. Okay? If bombs came through and all that type of stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? They really wasn't protected. Okay? You got to understand, flares was coming through and all that stuff. So she was never happy in the location. But they didn't have the money stored up like that. Because when she said she believed if the money was right, they would have left. She said my father, that's how she said, my father would have made sure that that was handled. Okay. So moving on, and so when you got home, your sister was looking crazy. Are you showing me your sister was looking okay? So she's showing me whatever the sister was supposed to have done. They wanted her to go somewhere, and daddy was like it wasn't going to happen. Whatever that was going to happen, papa's wasn't going to happen. And he basically did everything he needed to do to protect the oldest. Okay, because I don't know if they was trying to take her where or what. Okay. Then she said she started seeing a lot of rounding up bodies, people. And she said next minute, I come home, mama had a patch on my jacket. And she was like, well, mama, what is the bar? Because, and she said, well, honey, please don't take this off. Keep this on your thing. You know, they had to. She said they had to walk around with IDs on them, and she said what they don't tell about the story, they had marks on their arms. Okay, so they didn't really show that into the movie, but they had a number that went across their thing. Okay, so they had to walk around with that. She said it was so sad because a lot of the people that she knew, the families were just tore up. You could just see them screaming, trying to keep their loved ones and different things like that, and they were gone. And it wasn't so effective that they was going to somewhere else. They was going into camps, gas camps, and everything, not to be seen before, okay, or ever see again. So it wasn't so much that they was going to use them as a slave or something. No, no, they were literally wiping them out like it was nothing. Oh, she's like kind of crying right now, and I can imagine, Anne, how you felt at that time. And I know as a young child, I know for a fact that it was scary. She said it was a scary, scary, scary time for all of them, And she said when it was leading up to everything, then they had to go into the store, and she said it was a very hot place. She said it wasn't glamored at all. How we made it is long time that they did. She's her energy is real weak like right now, so I'm gonna give her some time. Give me a second, cause she's going in and out now. Ooh. Well, so what she's telling me, she said it was very hot. You couldn't have no hair or anything like that because you got to understand it was people who worked up under there. Okay, so that means for 8 hours, that means quiet, no movement or nothing. Okay, she said in the movie it wasn't no cat. That was something that they add to that. She said, but it was no cat. Daddy would let us have no cats because cats make too much noise. So that was just something that they added to the movie. I don't know. But she said it was no cats at all. Okay. So let it take me into what you felt when you got to that point to where you're going upstairs. And she said the steps was not like the steps that you guys. It was going straight up. So if you go down, you falling straight down. Okay? So she's not showing me the type of steps that you guys had. It went straight up. Okay? So you got to really hold yourself together to even go up them steps. Okay? They're not like the steps we got. You know what I'm saying? We got that little that much. It wasn't like that. Okay? She said so when it got up there, it was very clean. She said, Mama, make sure everything together, everything was aligned. The people who were connected to them and different things like that, they really actually put themselves in danger. All the help that was given to them, it was very scary and was very dangerous because literally they could have literally lost their lives just trying to help. Okay. She said when she got into it, she said it was regular. She said, because when you live with your mom and your dad, you feel like you protected. It's something bad is going out here, but you knew that I had mommy, I had dad, I had my sister and stuff. And then here come the other families that came up in and different things like that. So it was very hard for a lot of them. It was very hard for them, but they figured it out. It was a very scary time. You never knew when it was over. She showed me that you couldn't trust nobody. We could never even go outside. So just imagine be in a place with you didn't have the type of water that you wanted. You have to use a little metal bowl that they had. You know what I'm saying? And just you could just imagine the smells and different things like that was at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it was very a sad time it was, but they did what they needed to do. Um, and they was very protected. They were quiet, and they learned a lot. Um, and she said her dad gave her, and she said it started with like a piece of paper thing that her dad put twine around it. It was a book, and she's her energy is tired. And then it moved over to he gave her a diary, but she had a whole collection of different things that she put in that, and everything that's not in. She says everything that they couldn't have heard everything. She said because there was she said there was her feelings and stuff like that, and I guess at the end of her dad didn't want everybody to know everything as a young mind go. You know what I'm saying? So she said I was young. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to fill things out. So she said they lived there years before they was found out. And she showed me. She said when the people came, it was the end of my life. She said the movie can never tell you what I saw in that camp. To watch all the people who were in that apartment, and for every last one of them to die, including me. Only one that survived was my father. And she said when she think about her dad, she knew he would survive because he was such a strong, dedicated, praying man. And he wanted more for his family. And she said she remember getting her hair cut, her mom's hair getting cut, and her sister and the other lady. It was a lot of, and she said only thing she said, it's just she said that's all you seen was black, white stripes and different things, and ladies with big holes on their lips and all type of infections on the skin, and they were literally hungry. Okay. She said she seen a situation when she was in the camp. The girl was so hungry she started eating mud. Literally eating mud. She said so a lot of people don't understand. It was you gotta understand, you couldn't see what happened. Y'all don't understand what happened after when we left and we got into there. You know what I'm saying? And they took us first. She's showing me, and wherever they sent them, it was very cold. Okay. Some people didn't even have shoes. Some people didn't even have jackets. This someone was actually literally freezing. And let's not talk about the childrens. She said the kids went straight to the gas chambers. They really didn't even want to deal with the children at all. So they were literally took from mommy and daddies and stuff like that, and they put us to work and different things like that. She said it was very sad. She said her sister got sick very fast. Her soul just was too weak. She said she said her mom did everything she could to protect, but she was too fragile as well. The other lady who was up in there, she didn't last at all a month, at all. The men they work hard, and then they still parents left as well. But dad was the only one survived through this whole horrible situation. You can just imagine to lose all your children and your wife and your friends and stuff like that. Everything was wiped out. And when he had the opportunity to come back, then that's when he got the opportunity to see her writings, and he turned it over and made a book about it, and it made the film. She said, but I was living a regular life. You know, people just doing their regular day, marriage, fun, everything, and one day it was over. So let me ask you, Ann, do you believe that this can ever happen again? She said, well, evil never stops. She says, evil never stops. If a person has enough power and money, it will do itself again. And she said, I don't care what color it is. Mm, 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 mm. Well, Ann, I want to thank you for you giving me that information and different things. Because I was always intrigued with your story, but I really wanted to get deep down about everything, about what you felt and different things like that. And you just showed me today that regardless, you had a life and it was shut down because of evil. Nothing of what I'd done, you know. You got something else you want to say, Ann? She said she just wished she had an opportunity to enjoy her life. Too young to die for nothing. But she said she understand that. Let me ask you something, and was any black people there? She said not there, but they were still being taken out in big drums of people. Yes, so they had their own situation at that time as well. Okay, so she's let me know. She said, but she never seen any black people in the camps. They were already doing what they was doing to black people before this situation happened to us. So they was always hurting them. You know, she said, but she said she didn't see that in the camps, just us. Okay, okay. Well, we want to thank you for tuning in, and I want to thank you. You're always going to be beautiful, young, you know, and I'm glad you allowed me to tune into your energy. This is very powerful. A lot of people still to this day go look into the Anne Frank place. You know, a lot of us still intrigued what happened. And I just wanted to ask some questions. I'm glad you was open enough to be able to give me some of the information. Yes. And she's let me know the movie added extra stuff to it, honey. That it was that never had. She said I didn't have no boyfriend and none of that. She said that stuff they did. Okay. She said we was too busy trying to be quiet and be protected. We wasn't talking. She said we did, none of that stuff really happened. That was just they just put that in the movie. Okay. So thank you for letting us know that. She said, yeah, I wasn't like that. You know. So she said she just wanted everybody to know that. Okay. Well, thank you, Anne Frank. We want to thank you for tuning in and letting us pull your energy. And I can tell you tired right now. And I can tell from the energy you're going in and out. But thank you, you know, and that just helps a lot to understand that it was really a different time. But I like the fact she told us evil and money and power will repeat itself. And I believe y'all that's what we're dealing with right now. And I know why Spirit wanted me to put into her today because I feel and I feel that it's happening again. And I just, you know, I feel it and I just wanted to pull and see what you thought about it. So thank you for pulling in. We thank you so much. So I'm going to go ahead and shut you down and close this session. Thank you so much. Whew. All right, guys, that was Anne Frank. She gave us a lot of information. Um, she tipped on the things that she wanted to share and different things like that. And I love the fact that she allowed me to tune her in. Okay, so with that being said, guys, that's my session for Anne Frank. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. Make sure you guys like the videos. Please watch all my videos in its entirety, guys. And I'm gonna start pulling a lot of different ones. I'm about to do I'm gonna do a couple collections of sessions in a few minutes. I'm just gonna go down the line today. So y'all make sure you be tuning in. All right, this is your girl Mama Sessions. Peace.